Hi everyone, welcome back to your 30-day yoga challenge. Today is day 16, and in today's practice, I wanted to encourage you all to embody grace, to move with a sense of lightness, intention, and even softness. And this idea of being soft or gentle, not only, I should say, in your movements, but also in the way that you regard yourself and your body. So we'll go ahead and start this practice in a tabletop pose. All right, yogis. So in this particular tabletop pose, I would actually like for your hands to be slightly forward. So rather than the wrists sitting directly under the shoulders, bring them a bit more towards the front of the mat so your arm bones are on a slight angle. Now with your next inhale, take your right arm and reach it up in towards the sky. Take a moment of pause, exhale, pushing through your left hand, the arm is straight. Allow the belly button to draw in, and open a little bit more through the right side of the chest. Now with this arm, slide it behind your left wrist, and then place the right temple on your mat. And then your left hand, you can keep it here on the floor. You can place it on your sacrum. Another option would be to lift your arm towards the ceiling, or even to let it reach towards the right thigh. Now, really, the primary focus here, at least what I'd like you to do now, is to ground the bottom shoulder, which is the right shoulder, to help facilitate a deeper twist, a bit more rotation. Let's take our left hand back to the mat, just in front of your face. Press down through the hand and come back to lifting the right arm high into the air, opening through the chest. We're going to take the arm over the ear towards the front of the mat and then place it down where it might end up slightly off of the mat. Left hand coming forward, shoulders distance. Push back through your thighs and lower slowly onto your forehead, your nose, or the chin. Right away, push firmly through your hands and feel the underside of the arm bones lifting. Take an exhale, be soft through the front of the chest. Lift your head and walk your hands back towards you to the tabletop with the hands slightly forward of the shoulders, and exhale, round your spine. Inhale, open through your chest, move into cow pose, look forward. Exhale, tabletop. And then with the next breath in, reach your left arm high into the sky. Now, this will feel, I think for quite a number of us, tight or resistant. Continue to press through your right hand so the elbow is straight. And the left side of your chest, really think of turning it as much as you can to the left wall. And then we'll slide our arm all the way to the right. You bring it behind your right wrist. The left side of your head ends up on your mat. And then the right hand, it can be nice to just keep it as it is, but go ahead if you would like, lowering it or placing it on your sacrum, or reaching towards your left thigh, or even stretching the arms straight up to the ceiling. In any case, take an exhale and press down through your left arm. The part of your left arm that's in contact with the mat, with the floor, press it lightly and see if you can feel not only a rotation, but maybe some engagement of the outer shoulder, the outer arm. Place your right hand back down onto your mat. Push firmly into it so that you can come up, opening your chest once again with the left arm lifting high into the sky. Stretch the arm over the ear and place it all the way down and forward. Go soft with the placement of the hands. Right hand shoulders distance away and push back through your thigh bones. Don't worry if your head doesn't touch the floor at all, but if it does, it can be the forehead, the nose, or the chin. If it is your chin, be mindful of any stress to the neck. And we're going to hold here for about 2 or 3 more breaths. Locate the pit of your arms and see if you can hollow that more, whereas the front of the ribs melt down. Now use the grounding of the hands to first lift the head. Start to pull the center of the heart in more, and then walk your hands back to the tabletop pose. Hands are forward of the shoulders. Tuck the toes, down dog with your exhale breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Separate your feet mat width apart. Bring your feet wider. And if for one reason or another in the next couple of instructions you feel a bit unstable, you can step your feet half of a step or maybe a full step forward towards the front. Okay, hopefully that's clear. As we stay here in this wide leg down dog, for a moment, press the inner thighs apart. Okay, feel the inner thighs trying to move away from each other. There may not necessarily be any noticeable movement, but just feel like you can pull those inner thighs away from each other more. Ground through your hands. Now really connect with your right palm. Feel how that right hand is pressing more deeply into the floor than the left so that the left hand actually becomes lighter. Release it from the mat and see if your hand can touch the right calf, the ankle or the heel, and try to think of the outer part of that leg and then place your left hand back to the front. Right away, pressing firmly through the left hand so as to create lightness in the right, and then release your right hand from the mat. Grab the outside of your calf, ankle, or heel, just a light touch or a tap, and then bring that right hand back towards the front. We're going to do that again. Push more firmly through your right hand, release the left, and grab this time, hold physically the calf, the ankle, or the heel, and then start looking to the right. So turn your head to the right, and with your left arm, can you bend the elbow slightly, twist your body more. Bring your left hand back towards the front. Allow it to lightly, not lightly, but more firmly push into the ground. And then with your right hand, reach for the outer leg. Okay, where it ends up is going to really depend on your own body, what your mobility is, your flexibility. But let's go ahead and bend that right elbow even just a touch to create a deeper rotation looking to the left. Stay connected to your belly. Bring your right hand forward, and with your feet stepping closer so they're hips distance, exhale, push back. Look towards the hands, lift the heels, bend your knees, and step both feet behind your hands. So the feet are still mat distance, but now more towards the front. Spin the heels in, bend your legs, and come to a Malasana or squat. Now, let's say this feels relatively tight. You feel like there's a bit of pull in the lower back. Then imagine you're tilting your pelvis like you want your buttocks to stick back. Now, for those of you who are maybe more open and have greater range in the spine, lengthen the tailbone down. And wherever you happen to be with this position, just stay as you are, maybe closing your eyes for 3 long breaths. 2 more, inhale. At the bottom of your exhalation, open your eyes, release your hands. Spin the feet in and begin walking them closer so they're hips distance. Look straight ahead, breathe in. Exhale, grab the back of your ankles, bend your elbows to the sides and fold. Rise into the sky, lift your arms up into the air, inhale. And then exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Release your hands, mountain pose. Bend your legs, lift your chest, stretch your arms up. Inhale, chair. Take a forward fold, release your hands to the ground. Look forward as you inhale deep. On your exhale, step your left foot back. Lower your back knee to your mat, and then with your inhale, reach your right arm high into the sky. Bend your arm and bring it behind your back. Think of the back of your right hand connecting with your outer left hip. And then front of your right shoulder, gently peel it away from the right wall. Release your right hand to the sky, forward, and then down. You're going to come into downward dog, reach your right leg back and up. Bend your right knee and see if you can lift your right thigh higher first, open through your hip. And then bring that knee all the way forward into the nose. Step forward with your right foot. Now, with that foot, walk it a little bit. I'm going to move my hand so you can see. Walk it one step, roughly 1 to 2 steps to the left, so that the baby toe side of your foot is, roughly in line with the very center of the mat. Then take your hands forward and perhaps a bit wider. Breathe in, and on the exhale, begin to roll onto the outer edge of that right foot. And as you do so, the inner thigh starts to move away from the midline. It starts to move away from your abdomen. And then some of you who are more open, that outer right thigh might come closer to the floor. Now, stay charged with your back leg. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, bend your elbows. Imagine your heart coming a little bit closer to your big toe mound. Then push into the hands, place your right foot flat, and then straighten the right leg for a moment, pushing back through your thighs. And then rebend your knee, step to downward dog, with your right leg lifting up. So stay there with your knee, this time it's straight. Go ahead and point to the toes. See if your right thigh can lift higher. Look to the space of the hands. Now here's where we try to really embody grace. Start moving your right thigh into the belly. Look forward and maybe come up onto your fingertips so that you can softly step the foot forward. Turn 1/4 to the left. And as you do so, start turning your left heel so it points to the right, and then bend your left leg, straighten the right as you come into Malasana. Not Malasana, Skandasana, or what can we call this? Surfer's lunge, maybe, sometimes referred to. Now, there's going to be some of you who the left heel is not able to root. Then use your hands maybe on the floor to support you. But do feel like your thighs are moving away from each other, and think of the straight leg thigh rotating as though you want the knee and the toes to point high into the air. Stay as you are. With your exhale, draw or release a bit heavier through the pelvis. And then again, with this idea of grace, move slow as you bring your feet flat, spinning them in. And then we're going to fold over our legs. Exhale. Now really connect the breath with movement. Breathe in and draw the chest away from the knees. Look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, do that again. With your inhale, move your heart away from the arms. Now this time when we exhale, we'll start turning our body towards the front. Again, graceful in those movements. Downward dog, stepping back. Full breath in and exhale. Let your heels rise, look forward, bend your knees. Let's go for a step. 1 foot at a time, be light. Feel the contraction of the belly, and then fold. We'll rise to standing, lift the arms, keep your hands separated around shoulders distance. Bend your legs, chair. Touch the floor, forward, fold. Inhale for length to the spine. Move your chest away from the legs. Exhale with the right foot. Step back, land softly. Lower the knee down on your mat. Right hand stays on the floor, but inhale, left arm up, open the chest, just like we did earlier. Then you're gonna bend your elbow and bring it behind you. So the back of your hand is either touching the right thigh or facing it. Peel your left shoulder back more. Bring your arm up over the ear, set the hand flat, and then find yourselves in 3-leg downward dog, left leg high in the air. Keep lifting your leg, bend your knee, and then think of moving slowly. Really feel each of these movements as you start rotating through your thigh. Allow the front of the thigh to face more left. Bring the knee back towards the chest to the nose. Look forward and step softly between the hands. Now on the tips of the fingers, walk the foot 1, maybe 2 steps towards the right so that the outer edge of the foot lines with the center of the mat. Hands come forward and possibly wider. Now lift the toes, start lifting the big toe mound so that the outer edge of the foot, so that you can begin rolling onto the outer edge of the foot. So here, The left knee starts pointing towards the left. The degree to which it moves is really, again, dependent on your body. Keep lifting your back thigh. Now inhale, exhale, bend your elbows just a little bit, maybe some of you a lot. Think chest closer to big toe. Straighten the arms, lift with your sole flat. Walk the hands in line with that front foot and see if you can make that front leg straight, just for a moment. Bend your knee and find yourselves in downward dog, left leg reaching up into the air. Here we're going to keep the knee straight. Press firmly through both of the hands. Allow the belly to draw in. Now begin bending the knee and slowly moving it forward towards the belly. Look to the hands and step the foot forward. Take your hands to the right. Begin turning 1/4. As you do so, notice the pivoting of this back foot so that the heel turns in, bend into the right leg, and come to sit. Come to squat or half squat in Skandasana. Some of us will need the support of hands to floor, lifting the chest. Feel like you can actively pull the thighs away from each other. Take a full breath. Use your hands on the mat. Slowly bring yourselves to that wide-legged forward fold where your feet turn in and you bow. With the inhale, lift the chest. With the exhale, walk your hands and turn the feet to face forward. Downward dog. Exhale. Okay, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, one hand at a time. Move slow. Create control. Think of embodying grace. Hands to the back of your yoga mat. Grab the backs of your ankles or the feet and fold. Slide your hands to the front of the shins. Look straight ahead. Inhale. Exhale. Bow. Walk your hands back towards the front. Slow and connected with your belly, your legs, your shoulders, your chest. High plank. Lower your knees and sit in hero pose. Bringing your hands to rest in your lap and closing your eyes. Let's close this practice together here. Inhaling. Open the mouth and exhale with control. If you're moving on to your own personal practice, I thank you for joining. And if you're not, I also thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. I thank you all. Namaste.